Oh, we gotta get everybody in. You said your heart just skipped a beat. That's no big deal. We're on the Fireside Chat. Welcome to the Fireside Chat, ladies and gentlemen.
86.5 The Vibe.
86.5 The Vibe. You can't forget that.
Yeah, we got the guitar. Is that a G chord?
It is a G chord.
Yeah, I see it. That's pretty good.
There you go.
That's why he's my drummer.
I'm here with Market Matt, but we might as well call him Music Matt. I see you.
Did we technically release the Market Matt episode? Do we need to explain Market Matt?
Oh, you never released that. That's true.
No. But
this is Market Matt.
The good news is we've been hyping him up in several previous episodes, including the last live one.
Yep.
I'm also here with Shady V. It's your boy Jackie C. So as you all know, we were going to do Market Mondays and Finance Fridays. And today is none other than Friday.
It is.
So we got our good friend Market Matt out here. We didn't get the introduction episode out, so if you want to go into like your background a little bit, I know you know.
Yeah.
And what we're looking at and what the goal is here. The goal is obviously to make you all some money.
Absolutely, make money and just gain knowledge on the market and stock market, economy in general. My background is that I started investing, getting into this subject about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm currently still a student in school, and I am studying this now. My goal is to graduate with a CFP, Financial Planning and Wealth Management, with a bachelor's degree as well, and work in this field. Just a little bit of background.
Yeah. Some things we talked about last time that didn't get out was you were talking about how the bank, you'll get what, 2% interest throughout the year, 0.02 or something.
Yeah, not even anything. So just being able to have somewhat of a brokerage account or investment account that you can put some money into, divert some of that savings into this, you will make, with the right decisions, you will make way more than just leaving your money in a savings account or bank account in general.
The key word there, I noticed you said with the right decisions.
Yes.
A lot of you all are probably wondering, why we're doing this, why you can't just invest and throw your money. You can make a lot of money on the stock market, but for as much money you make is as much money as you could lose as well.
Absolutely.
If you don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually started my first month in the red. I lost like 50% of what I put in. It was terrible. But then, as I started to learn, I think I'm like plus 40% now.
That's great. Yeah.
So, learning from my friend Market Matt here, and just getting involved in the game. That being said, so let me ask you this. What did you notice in the market this week? What were some of the big news stories you saw? What did you notice overall, especially with the Biden inauguration?
I think the biggest thing most people are aware of right now and that are looking at is that Biden, is big on the clean energy, renewable energy, which is great for not only the country, economy, but also the planet. And Trump had originally, when he went into office, took us out of the Paris climate, and I think the real motivation behind that was it's bad for business. He was thinking that clean energy is bad, but that is completely wrong. Now that Biden is trying to get us back into all of that and in this sector, there's many opportunities. And after the inauguration this week, we didn't really see anything happen actually until today. I noticed today a lot of those clean energy stocks were in the green. Pretty large percentages, anywhere between 10 and 30%, some of them. So that's one thing that I noticed. There was a couple other small news events. I don't know if you want me to go into it or not, but I think that's the major one is more of, the presidential inauguration and focusing on clean energy, renewable energy, as well as cannabis. That's another big sector that's going to be, affected by his presidency. So.
Okay. And those are the two big sectors, you think?
I think those are the two big sectors for right now. Yeah.
So what are you looking at as far as clean energy and cannabis go?
You mean specifically as far as stock opportunities or companies or?
What if I was looking, you and I are talking right now. If I said, hey, I have $100, I'm looking to invest, what companies would you have me look into?
Absolutely. So we can start with the cannabis sector. Overall, through the campaign, Biden and Harris have both advocated, full legalization of marijuana. Not only just legalization, but on the federal level. Because as some of you know right now, there's some states like Colorado, California, just to name a couple that are very known for having legal cannabis. Even though it's legal in the state, on a federal level, you have it's not. So you can still technically get in trouble, So having it on a federal level will not only mean that it's not going to be prosecuted in the courts or anything, but it's going to be regulated and generate a lot of business opportunities, not only just for the cannabis sector, but other companies as well, like beverage companies. I heard of some that are going to be collaborating with cannabis companies to make THC infused beverages. Imagine going to a bar, instead of ordering a beer on tap, you're going to order a THC IPA or like a craft
Heck, I'd invest
like
in that.
Exactly.
I
That's
heard
what I'm
that
saying.
about Coca-Cola.
So that's just one thing. But the few companies that I'm focused on for the cannabis sector, one of the big names that a lot of people have heard of is Canopy Growth Corporation. They actually are in collaboration with another brand. I think it's Constellation Brand that they were talking about making those infused beverages. I know that Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg are also big in the cannabis sector,
Well, of course,
they advocate for this company as well.
Cool.
So they're very prominent. They're well known. They're doing very well as far as generating profits, and they have a good annual revenue. So I think it's a pretty safe company to invest in as far as the cannabis sector. However, you do want to watch for price entries for anything that you get into. This is a very basic talk we're having right now. I mean, we'll go more into detail about all how I do the picks and everything in another episode, most likely. But Canopy Growth, the ticker symbol is CGC, if anyone's interested in looking that up. Now, another interesting company that actually just went public is CLVR, which would be Clever Leaves. They're actually the supplier for Canopy Growth. They're the ones that grow all the weed that they buy. And what's interesting about this company is that they actually grow their weed in Peru at pretty much like on a mountain, like at an extreme elevation. And they figured out that this extreme elevation gives them a better quality, a higher THC content of cannabis. And I don't think there's any other company out there that does this. I read an article recently that the CEO of this company is also not counting up to, I think it was either 10 or $20 million of potential partnerships on their balance sheet or something. So there's big potential for that company as well in the future. So again, ticker symbol CLVR if you want to check it out. And then another two things I'm going to talk about with the cannabis sector is ETF or exchange traded funds, which are just a big collaboration of different stocks in a specific sector. So there's actually two marijuana ETFs. One that I was talking to this guy about earlier, which would be YOLO. Looks like a good opportunity. Those are actually ETFs, and also mutual funds are safer investments for new investors. Less volatile, which means the price won't go up and down as much as an individual stock. Little bit of a safer investment. The other one is MJ, and a very appropriate ticker symbol for that one. That's one of the more well-known ones for that sector. So check them out. It was MJ, and then also YOLO, so YOLO as the ticker symbol for those.
These are ETFs?
Those last two, MJ and YOLO, are ETFs, but they're pretty much a collaboration of a lot of different cannabis-related companies in one fund you can buy.
And you said that ETFs are a little bit less volatile, a little bit more safe.
Yes.
How would we know a company is an ETF?
It will say it when you pull up the company on whatever brokerage you're using. It will say underneath that it's a ETF on the end of it.
Versus what other options might you see?
You just wouldn't see. You just have a regular company just listed there.
I see.
You wouldn't see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So when you click on a company, it'll tell you about the company or about the stock, the company, if you click on one that's ETF, it'll tell you like it's an ETF and what companies are in it.
I see. That makes
So
sense.
like YOLO would include Canopy Growth.
Yeah.
I think it has Aurora Cannabis. It has Sundial. So there's like a bunch of them.
Makes sense.
The other thing you can do is when you look at ETFs, which is actually really interesting, is that you could specifically see everything that's in it on their profile, like what he said. You can see all the different companies in there.
That's
So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Super neat.
I can also mention the renewable energy if you'd like.
Absolutely.
yeah.
We would love to.
So moving on to renewable energy, talked a little bit about before about how Biden, is going to be, I think he's trying to sign another stimulus bill pretty soon, and that's going to benefit these companies and get us back into all these forward-moving things as far as this sector. But just a couple companies I'll talk about real quick. OEG, which is Orbital Energy, very small cap company. This would be a little bit more risky, I would say. However, the upside potential is way greater than the downside. This is like a $4 to $5 stock right now. My personal price target for this is $10 or more within the next 6 months to a year. Could be 100% gain for you. Low risk of offering, which would be raising money because they actually just did a couple days ago and it closed. So they have plenty of money and cash on hand. They pretty much focus on the renewable energy, clean energy field. Definitely going to be a good opportunity. Again, ticker symbol for that is going to be OEG. The other one is GEVO, so that's GEVO. Same type of sector. Also just had an offering, which is about to be closing, I think, on Monday. So whenever you look at a stock that's offering, I was telling him earlier that you want to make sure that you buy close to the offering price, because usually when they do that, the price either, hesitates around that or won't go much lower. If it does go lower, that's also a good opportunity to buy. You don't want to buy much higher than the offering price. Both of the stocks I just mentioned are in the same sector, and they both went up over 20% today.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a bad move.
That's significant.
Absolutely. And these would be two to look into for the for the year 2021. We have a new president who's on board with this policy, and I think that this is going to be a hot sector to get into. One last thing I'll mention is ICLN. Kind of the same as the other marijuana ETFs. This is a clean energy ETF. I think it's around $32 a share right now.
Okay.
Has a collaboration of a lot of renewable energy companies. Also more safer option than the other two I mentioned, but maybe less upside potential, but a little bit safer. Regardless, I'm still confident that all of those are going to be going up this year. So, yeah.
That's awesome to hear. Market Matt, do you have anything else you want to share with the people?
I think as far as the Finance Friday picks, I think those are that's enough for information for them to focus on right now.
As I say, yeah, and a lot of money. If you think about, if they were to buy one share of every stock you listed,
yeah, they'd probably
that'd be a good.
money.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Absolutely.
that'd be
A pretty penny.
Disclaimer: we didn't put the disclaimer, but just letting you know, I'm not a professional. You got to take do your own due diligence for everything that's told to you. Yeah. Anything
It's
you want
an
to add?
important point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we
disclaimer.
say it all the time on the show.
Yeah.
We give the disclaimer, it's the
We're not
Fireside Chat.
experts.
We're not,
We're not expert, not yet.
You're your virtual roommates. We're just
exactly.
here to
We're your virtual roommates.
shout it up.
We can't, our relationship advice might not, work out. It might work out for you. Same for our
We might run you into bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, I think Market Matt knows exactly what he's talking about. I've been talking to this guy for some time.
Yeah.
He's helped me make a lot of money. That's why I wanted to bring him on, to help you all make a lot of money. Especially, like you said, getting these stimuli, I guess,
Yeah.
there's multiple stimuluses.
It's a good thing to invest.
But yeah, I was gonna say you get,
You get
a
an
bunch
extra little
of,
bump of money. Yeah. Why not throw it into something that could potentially double, triple? It's not a 100% guarantee, but you have a good chance, with the things I mentioned, to make some money. So, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, Matt, thank you for coming on with us. We
Absolutely.
sincerely appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you on Monday. That being said, for y'all at home, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.